Now that the world is moving so quickly into this new world, and Bitcoin has become so successful an investment, many people are trying to figure out, okay, how do I get involved with the new world? And when I say get on the right side of change, we think there's going to be a lot of disruption to the traditional world order. And we were saying, you know what? Apple is probably going to be disrupted by artificial intelligence. AI is the biggest technological disruption in history. And if they're not going to get it right, we're not going to be there.
The world of investing is undergoing a seismic shift. While traditional strategies struggle to stay relevant, a new wave of innovation is quietly emerging, one that's set to redefine everything we know about wealth creation. Forget the daily noise of the stock market. What's coming isn't just another trend, it's a transformation. Renowned investor CATHIE Wood, founder of ARK Invest, has spent over 4 decades tracking disruptive technologies, and according to her, the next big opportunity is unfolding right now. In a recent interview, CATHIE outlined where the most explosive growth is likely to happen. She believes we're on the verge of a massive market shift, with one particular investment, Bitcoin, potentially delivering a 15x return over the next 5 years. But the real game changer isn't just digital assets, it's artificial intelligence. CATHIE has long maintained that AI isn't a buzzword or a passing phase. It's a once-in-a-generation force capable of reshaping entire industries. While many investors continue to focus on traditional tech giants like Apple and Amazon, CATHIE is placing bold bets on AI-driven innovation. She sees it as the next frontier, similar to the early days of the internet or the dawn of Bitcoin. And just like the crypto bull run we're preparing for, AI is poised to disrupt markets and unlock massive upside for those positioned early.
Now that the world is moving so quickly into this new world, and Bitcoin has become so successful an investment, many people are trying to figure out, okay, how do I get involved with the new world? And when I say get on the right side of change, we think there's going to be a lot of disruption to the traditional world order. And when I say that in terms of people understanding what I mean, I think many people think Apple is a very safe investment because huge hoard of cash, very successful smartphone, number one market share of smartphones in terms of profitability by far. And yet we can tell you, and this is one of what's called the Mag 6 that led the stock market over the last few years.
The top 6 stocks.
The top 6 stocks. The market was very narrowly focused on this ilk of stock. And we were saying, you know what? Apple is probably going to be disrupted by artificial intelligence. And one of the reasons we started asking questions very early is, what is the ultimate mobile device? Ultimately, it's going to be an autonomous vehicle.
Introducing the all-new Ledger Flex. Your next level crypto wallet is here. Sleek, premium, powerful. The Ledger Flex delivers a solid, high-end feel with smooth edges for a more comfortable grip, and that satisfying nostalgic sound you didn't know you missed. Still clicking away in your old Nano S? It's time to upgrade and lock in your crypto gains with style this bull run. Smooth, modern design built for serious profit. Click the link below to grab your exclusive Ledger Flex. Ditch the rest, go Ledger Flex.
Apple should have been all over that, and they were trying, and we saw one management turnover after another. This is an AI project, and what we were learning as they were turning that team over time and again is they weren't getting AI right. They were not positioning correctly.
You're concerned for Apple?
I think Apple, it has so much cash. It has such a loyal customer base. It will be fine, but maybe its revenue growth has slowed to almost nothing. And so maybe it'll be a mature cash cow. That's not what we do. We invest in technologically enabled disruptive innovation. AI is the biggest technological disruption in history. And if they're not going to get it right, we're not going to be there. Many people used to invest in AI through one stock. That was NVIDIA. That was the check the box. I own the GPU, the chip manufacturer, which is the most important chip manufacturer in the AI age. And its valuation, meaning its price relative to earnings, really got up to very heady levels. And we were saying at the time, well, if NVIDIA's valuation is correct, there are going to be a lot of other winners. Who are they? Well, our largest position in the flagship strategy, ARKK, is Tesla. And as we were trying to help people understand why we were swapping away from NVIDIA to stocks like Tesla and Palantir, which is a software provider, we were trying to explain that this new world around AI is going to happen very quickly. And Tesla is the largest AI project on Earth. I posted that on X, and Elon liked it, so it must be true. But it is true if our research is correct. We believe that the entire ecosystem associated with autonomous taxi networks is going to be worth $8 to $10 trillion in terms of revenue generation in the next 5 to 10 years. And if you want to put that in context, the entire GDP of the world today is about 130 trillion. So 10 trillion is going to move the needle. Transportation,
right.
Broadly defined, yes. And it's not just on the ground, of course. As we've studied autonomous taxis moving forward, we believe the cost of transportation will come down fairly dramatically. So in the U.S. today, an Uber costs roughly $2 to $4 per mile. Mm-hmm. At scale, now this may not be for 5 to 10 years, but this is the direction that Tesla certainly is headed. We believe that Tesla will be able to offer a service for 25 cents per mile. And because of that, we think there will be much more congestion in the roads. When you cut the price of something, you get more of it.
Yeah.
And that led us into the air. And so we've been studying eVTOLs.
What's an eVTOL?
eVTOL is an electric vehicle takeoff and landing.
Like a drone type thing?
Drone, but for people.
Yeah.
So we own Archer in our portfolio. And of course, AI is a part of this new world as well. And it's a part of the defense world as well, as we are trying to save our soldiers and move out there with autonomous drones. So autonomous mobility on the ground, in the skies, ultimately on the water. So that's one big, we think that's going to be the biggest in the short term in terms of revenue generation, the biggest application of AI. We think the most profound application of AI is going to be in healthcare. Because of AI, and this is already beginning to happen, we are able to diagnose cancer with a blood test in stage 1. Think about that. If you discover cancer in stage 1, you can save most people, right? And maybe even before stage 1. Why? This is the convergence of sequencing technologies. So DNA, RNA, protein sequencing technologies. And then the third technology that is breakthrough and already making a difference is CRISPR gene editing. The convergence of those 3 technologies is beginning to cure disease. So a company called CRISPR Therapeutics, which is one of the largest in our ARKG fund and in the top 10 in our ARKK fund, has developed a therapy to cure sickle cell disease and beta thalassemia, both of those are blood-related diseases, with one treatment. Think about that. Now, the preconditioning for that is gruesome. It involves, it's almost like chemotherapy, which is going to change.
Cathie Wood was one of the earliest and boldest advocates for Bitcoin, and that conviction has paid off massively. Back in 2015, she invested when Bitcoin was trading around $250. Fast forward to today, with prices soaring past $100,000, her bet has become one of the most legendary in modern investing. But Cathie isn't done. She sees Bitcoin not just as a digital asset, but as the future of money. As central banks continue to print more fiat currency and devalue traditional money, Bitcoin stands out by offering something no government can replicate: true scarcity. With a fixed supply of only 21 million coins, Bitcoin is emerging as a hedge against inflation and a safeguard against the long-term erosion of wealth. It's this unique quality that reinforces Cathie's long-term belief in its potential. At the core of Cathie's strategy is a relentless focus on innovation. She believes the next era of wealth will be defined by transformative technologies, particularly in artificial intelligence, robotics, and digital asset. Through ARK Invest, her portfolio is laser-focused on companies leading these revolutions. And she's not just holding, she's doubling down. Let's dive deeper into her insights with more clips from the interview.
An ETF, exchange-traded fund, so it treats a group of stocks like one stock. So ARKK it's 36 stocks, but you can buy them by purchasing ARKK. Depends what you've bought. If you buy a strategy like ours, which would be in the aggressive growth strategy, put it in, averaging in over time, just like with Bitcoin, as I mentioned earlier. Averaging in over time.
What does averaging in mean?
Averaging in means, buy a little every month, so maybe every payday. I think one of my daughters was buying Bitcoin every week, but not a Bitcoin. She couldn't do that. A Satoshi, so. And close your eyes. This is a long-term investment. If we're right, according to our analysis. Now, this is our research, our analysis, no promises. We can't do that. But according to our research, the technologies around which we have centered our research and which have focused our investments, we believe will go up more than tenfold in the next 5 to 10 years. And that's how much explosive growth we have ahead of us as these technologies converge and create incredible opportunities for investors. And, I'm hearing a lot of people, as they get into investing, of course, they have their day jobs. But once they have accrued enough, they're making choices about dialing down their day jobs and spending more time investing. You asked, what are some of the jobs of the future going to be? I think individual investors are going to be providing for themselves if they are investing on the right side of change. I am such an optimist. I really do have to dig down deeply. If you had asked me this a few weeks ago, I would have said, this tariff situation is going to blow the global economy up if we're not careful. So I'm much more settled about that right now. I'd have to say I am concerned that there are going to be people caught out by these new technologies and for whatever reason not willing to adapt, because there are going to be huge opportunities if they do. And so one of the reasons we give away our research, I'm very honored to do a podcast like this, is to get that word out. There is so much information available. You can just go to our site and listen to our podcasts. And if anything inspires you, go for it, because the opportunities are going to be enormous.
When you say you're concerned people might get caught out
in, disrupted industries. I mean, we think the whole transportation industry is going to be disrupted. We think retail as we know it's going to be disrupted as we
Retail is in like shops and stuff and...
Yes, although if they adapt with more social, personal experiences, I think that anything physical, you'll want to have a social dynamic associated with it. But in terms of what I think is going to happen to retail is we're going to have our personal shopping assistants, and they're going to anticipate what we want, which I can't wait. I hate shopping. Anticipate what we want, or basically flag something that they know we would like if we knew it were available. And they'll be disintermediating all of the traditional sources because they can go anywhere in the world. So just think about almost every sector is going to be disrupted. Healthcare is going to be disrupted enormously, I think, for the better. But those who are wedded to doing things the old way are probably going to be disrupted,
Cathie Wood's message is simple but powerful. Focus on innovation. She believes the companies that will lead the next decade are those pioneering breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, blockchain, and autonomous technology. According to her, the innovations she's backing today, like Tesla's autonomous taxi network or Bitcoin's role as digital gold, have the potential to deliver 10x to 15x returns within just 5 years. The secret, she says, lies in getting in early and holding long-term. Cathie isn't chasing short-term gains, she's betting on transformative technologies that could redefine entire industries. Companies like Tesla and Palantir are at the forefront of this shift, and ARK Invest is positioning itself ahead of the curve by backing them aggressively. It's not just about trends, it's about building the foundation of the next generation of wealth. As AI, blockchain, autonomous vehicles, and digital assets converge, the future is unfolding faster than most realize. Cathie would seize this moment as a rare opportunity for investors who are bold enough to act now. The question is, are you ready to embrace that future? Let us know in the comments below. Before we continue with the rest of the video, do check out daily 5-minute crypto newsletter with all the latest crypto and Bitcoin news. It's a fantastic analysis of on-chain crypto data and breakdowns, and the best part is it's absolutely free. They'll cover expert predictions, breakdowns of on-chain crypto data, and any breaking news you need to know, all in a nutshell. Click the first link in the description and enter your email to join over 50,000 others in becoming a better crypto investor right now. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.